Hey everybody, this is Jeff, and today I want to talk to you about decreasing low back pain and improving flexibility. And those two go hand in hand. If you want to decrease your risk for low back pain, then one of the best things you can do is improve your flexibility, in particular in your hip flexor and hamstring region. Now, if you have a job where you sit at a computer all day or you sit in a chair all day, bottom line is your hip flexors are going to get tight. All right, and as a result, it basically tilts your pelvis and pulls the natural curve out of your lumbar curve. All right, now as a result, you start getting low back pain. Now, another thing can be true if you stand a lot during the day or you have to do a lot of walking for your job. And guess what? Then your hamstrings get tight. And as a result, same thing happens. Pulls your pelvis out of alignment and it will actually pull that natural curve out of your lumbar spine. So to prevent that, you want to maintain long, strong hamstrings and long, strong hip flexors. Now, how do you do that? A couple of stretches you can do. And it doesn't take long. You just got to be consistent with it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a hurdler stretch. All right, hurdler stretch where you sit down, one leg in, one leg straight out, keep the knee straight down. You're going to reach down, you're going to touch that toe, bring that toe. You're going to feel that back of the hamstring stretch, and you just want to hold it anywhere from 25 to 40 seconds. All right. Now, another way to do this is you can also lay on your back, and you can pull that leg straight back. Try not to let that knee bend. Pull that back. You can keep it back flat on the ground. And if you already experienced some low back pain, this might be a better way to do it than the hurdler stretch. It's up to you. Now, that stretches out the hamstring. Now, the other thing is if you sit all day, get those hip flexors tight, you want to do a hip flexor stretch. Now, the best way to do that is basically get into what we call the lunge stretch. Have your arms on the inside of your knee, bend that knee, turn sideways here. Put that back leg straight, and you're going to stretch this muscle right here. So you want to keep that leg straight, but you want to get as low as you can with that back leg back as far as you can. Hold that, same thing, 25, 40 seconds. Then you're going to want to switch legs and do the same thing right here. Now, the more consistent you are with this, once again, usually you want to do it at least once a day, sometimes maybe even 2 to 3 times a day, depending on whether you're experiencing back pain at the time. But as those things loosen up, you will experience less and less low back pain, and like I said, you're going to have a higher quality life. I can tell you this from experience. I've had times where I've had to sit at a computer for hours at a time, and my hip flexors get tight, and I could go shopping with my wife, and my back would kill me if I had to stand for any period of time. Once I started doing the lunge stretch, it basically corrected everything. Now what I would tell you, if you have time to do something like yoga, that is awesome, and that's going to really help keep your body flexible so that you do experience less and less pain. So with that said, if you're limited with time, bottom line, you want to stretch those hamstrings, hurdler stretch, and that lunge stretch daily, if not 2 to 3 times a day. All right, so that's our tip for this week. Get out there and get flexible so we can relieve or reduce that lower back pain.